Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. And welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day, wherever you may be around this globe. You know, it certainly is a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful morning to get those things done, those things that you have intended to do for so long. Today is a perfect day, y'all, to start doing what you have thought about doing for such a long time. A lot of you may be saying, well, Gertrude, this is going on and that's going on. But you know what? Today is a perfect time to take your dream and make it a reality. Get it out of your head, because as long as that dream is stuck in your head, it's just a fantasy. Make it a reality. And today is a perfect day to, start getting that done. Whether you're talking about writing your book or starting that business, whether it's a brick and mortar or it's a virtual business, it doesn't matter. Today is a perfect time to, get something done. Get something done. At least make an effort and do at least one thing that will move that needle forward on your journey to progression. You know, on your journey to progression, because I believe that what you have on the inside of you, somebody's waiting for it. Somebody's waiting for your uniqueness to come forth through your message, through your products, through your services, whatever that may be. They're waiting for it. And they're waiting for it with money in hand. And you have yet to show up. You have yet to show up. So that should give you something to think about. Something to think about that really, ignites you on the inside to, start doing what you have intended to do. Because, this is the time, y'all. This is the time. And you always hear me as I close out this program saying, this is your time, this is your season, this is your turning point. And I believe that this is a turning point in your life. I want you to, believe that this is a turning point in your life, because I know that from experience. The things that, I had, procrastinated on. That's why I can talk about procrastination, because I used to be a master procrastinator. Okay. A master procrastinator. And once I came to that realization of, how what I had on the inside of me made a big difference in my life, I decided, look, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to go for it. I'm not going to hold back and dim my light. That's another thing, y'all. A lot of times you have so much brilliance inside of you because of the knowledge that you have, because of the things that you do, your specialty, that sometimes people that you surround yourself with, it kind of frustrates them. It kind of rubs them the wrong way. And so instead of going forward, you tend to dim your light. You tend to pull back. Now, I don't know why I was even thinking about that, why that even came to me, because let me tell you, I wasn't thinking about it, but that just came to me. So somebody on this broadcast, they needed to hear that. They needed to hear that. You have to stop dimming your light, trying to fit in. Okay? Because there's brilliance on the inside of you. If those around you don't appreciate what you have on the inside of you, so be it. There's somebody out there who is waiting for you with money in hand, and you have to see it. You have to see this. They're waiting for you with money in hand to buy that book, or to purchase that service, or to buy that product, whatever it is. They're waiting for you. 63,000 Google searches of every second of every day, with people looking for an expert just like you. Just like you. There's a segment of people in that 63,000 Google searches every second of every day looking for what you have to offer, your treasures and your gems. And, let me take time out to introduce myself. First of all, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, and I teach you how to maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table. Because for that very reason, people leave money on the table because they don't move out in what they have on the inside of them, or they stop short of achieving more, of moving into other opportunities that's available to them. They stop short. And what that looks like is, if you're that author and you have written that book and you've sold, say, a few copies, say you sold 100 or 200 books, a few copies, okay? And the rest of your books, they're sitting around in boxes in the corner, in a closet, in a garage, in the trunk of a vehicle, deteriorating, collecting dust. Or worst of all, they're sitting on the platform of Barnes and Noble or, Google Play or Amazon. And there's been inactivity. How many books have you sold in the last month? Has there been any activity? Or you could be that business owner who have yet to write a book. Think about that. There's more opportunities that await you, but you fail to see them because you didn't explore your product, your service, or your book in a way to see the totality of it and what else it opens for you. I always tell you that your book is your gateway, and it's a great gateway to open you up into more lucrative opportunities. So that's where you leave money on the table. And for those of you who have those things on the inside of you and haven't yet started, you're leaving money on the table. I don't even have to say it. I don't even have to say it. So let me thank you all for, being here with me, all of our followers, all of our fans. We see you. Even if you're not in the comments, we see you. We want to acknowledge you, or I want to acknowledge you. I'm going to speak for myself, okay? I want to acknowledge you and say that I appreciate you. I really appreciate you for, viewing our broadcast, writing in the comments, sending those messages, sending those emails, saying how much you appreciate what's being taught on this program or what you're seeing over social media. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me because it lets me know that you have a hunger, that you have a thirst to maximize your potential, that you are unsatisfied where you are, that you know that there's greater for you. There's much more for you. I was in that place at one time where I thought I was doing good. Climbing the corporate ladder, I thought I was doing good. I was just reaching for what I thought was my ultimate goal. But I was so empty on the inside. There was a void there. That was on the inside of me. Even though, like I said, the money was good, it took care of the bills, it took care of all the extracurricular activities that my family and I enjoy. Oh, my husband, myself, and my kids, we were enjoying life. And that's all of us, My husband and I, we had good jobs, as people say, good jobs, okay? But still, I had a void inside of me. And not until I came to the end of myself did I realize that I had something on the inside of me that will change the trajectory of my life. And that's what I wish for each and every one of you, that you come to a point in your life where you come to the end of yourself, where you begin to look at what do you have to offer? What's on the inside of you that could change your life, that could position your family, that could change it for generations to come? Purpose, the quality of your gifts, your talents, your abilities, those gems, those treasures that lie on the inside of you, not only will make a difference in your life, but in your audience's life, for your readers, your customers, your clients, their families, their friends, generations to come. You see, y'all, it's much bigger than any one of us. It's a big plan. But as long as we follow our design purpose, there will always be a joyfulness about it. Because I tell you, I was not happy. Really, I was not. It's more than about money. It's about living your purpose. Excuse me. Living your purpose. Your design purpose. That's what success is all about. And I'm going to tell you, those double layoffs, when the housing market went bust back there in 2006, that was the best thing that could ever happen to me. Not saying that, there's going to be layoffs in your life or anything of that nature. But what is your design journey? What is your purpose in life? What is those treasures, those gems? What can you do to supplement your life? To position your family, to take the edge off of your, trying this and trying that and burning yourself out. I want you to think about that. I just wanted to put that in here. When I'm going to talk about today excuses for not succeeding. A lot of times we use a lot of excuses and don't take the responsibility of changing the way that we are. Nothing will change until we change. Remember, I told you, when I was brought to that place of looking inside of me, that I never thought to do, but I was brought to that place of coming to the end of myself, where, looking out was not an option for me anymore, because it had produced failure after failure. I decided to look inside and see what I had to work with. So that's something I want you to think about. Now, yesterday I talked about taking responsibility. I talked about that in detail. And I talked about that in a way of attending to your words, attending to the things that come out of your mouth. Because a lot of times, we just allow things to run across our lips. and we expect different results. But we are so divided within ourselves that what we truly desire, we're pushing it away. And we're attracting things that we don't want in our lives. So the responsibility lies with us. And what we say truly does matter. It makes a big difference. Especially, when we keep repeating the things over and over again to ourselves. And we're expecting different results. So, excuses for not succeeding. How to achieve your success. Because I believe each and every one of you can obtain your success with diligent, taking your eyes and placing it on, or your attention and placing it on what you say and taking responsibility for your actions. So, yes, it was, part one of this series. And today, excuses for not succeeding. We got to pass those excuses, y'all. We can't look to anybody or anything and point fingers. We have to look at ourselves and make that change. Because like I say, nothing will change without you changing first. You have to change, and that's something that people do. They always complaining about if this would be different, if that would be different, if he would be different, if she would be different, it would be such and such a way. And we fail to look at ourselves. But let's be honest. Let's begin looking at ourselves and taking responsibilities for our actions. Excuses for not succeeding. And the first talking point that I want to go to, but let's go to this affirmation today before I get to the first talking point. I almost forgot about it. I will stop considering the circumstances. I will rise and go forth. Stop looking at your circumstances. Stop considering them. You have to determine it within yourself that I will rise and I will go forth, no matter what. When you come to the end of yourself, and your back is up against the wall, and it's the midnight hour, and everything else hasn't worked out, you will rise and you will go forth. And I'm speaking that into your life today, to not give up, but rise and go forth. Because there's much more ahead of you than what's behind you. You are more than your situation. You are more than your circumstance. And that should never define you. It's just something that you've gone through that you could teach others how not to, how to avoid, how to come out of. Give somebody hope. But that's not who you are. Not at all. So the first talking point that we're going to talk about today is vision. Okay? Excuses for not succeeding. No vision. I hear people say this. I don't know what my purpose is. I can't see. They have no vision of where they're going. Whether you're an author or whether you're an entrepreneur, before you start writing that book, before you open that business, you should have a vision. Because where are you going? You done jumped out there. Where are you going? It's like you getting in your car and starting it up and not knowing where you're going. What, you going to be just driving around? Wasting gas? Around and around in circles? And that's what happened when people have no vision. They go around and around in circles. And I'm going to dive into other things that happens with that when you have no vision. You know, you're groping around, okay? You're just groping around. And a lot of times, this happens. Well, I'm using the word groping because people have this activity going on. They have this activity going on. You say, oh, what's your business? Well, I just open up this, I'm just going to throw some things out here to you, okay? I open up this nail shop. And I'm over here, I'm painting pictures. And I'm over here on YouTube. I'm doing videos. And I'm over here, you know, out here in a local community, and I'm doing hair. Which one are you doing? Which one are you concentrating on? Which one is you? Which one is your design purpose? Which one? You know, and you hear people saying that. They got 5 things going on, but they have no vision. They're just doing things to catch money where they can, burning themselves out, wearing themselves out. Then they use that excuse. Well, nobody's buying this, nobody's buying that. To divide it. To divide it. You have to come to a realization, what is your design purpose? You have to be able to see it. When you have no vision, you don't even know your design pathway. Because like I said, you're just trying to catch money over here, catch money over there. And I'm not talking about multiple streams of income. If your vision is designed the right way, it can open up into multiple streams of income. You remember what I told you about things that's unrelated, okay? Totally unrelated to your pathway. Each of us has a design pathway, and we have to know that. And that's something that I teach in my master classes. That's designed to help you find your design pathway. And if you'd like to know more about it, you could contact me at the information that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. But you have to have a vision, you know, because otherwise you're going to be distracted. And when you're distracted, that's going to, you know, obstruct your vision. You're not going to be able to see. It's blocking it. Okay, it's blocking it. You don't have time. You don't have time. It's draining you. You're getting burned out. You're getting burned out. So why do things the hard way when there's an easier way to do something? By doing it the right way, the correct way. And if that's you, you know, say ouch. It's not too late, y'all. It's not too late. If you have done this, and I'm speaking to you, this is you, just take the responsibility. It's never too late. I don't care how old you are. It's never too late to change, to do the things the correct way, to get the results that you need. Because I'm going to tell you, you deserve it. You deserve it. Okay? Don't ever think that you don't deserve it. You deserve it. And I see that you're trying, but you don't know what you don't know. But now that you know, how about, you know, giving yourself an opportunity? to get it right this time. Now, here's another one, excuses for people that they use for not succeeding. Well, I keep failing. That's what they say. I tried this. I keep failing. So now I'm discouraged. Now I'm going to sit here and, I don't know if I'm going to give this a try again. They feel crippled, where they're so discouraged. They're so broken. They just want to give up. And I see this, with women. They tried something and it didn't work out the way they thought. And I go back to, asking them about their vision. This happens, y'all. It happens many, many times. It's a serious thing. What happens here also, when people keep failing, they lose strength. It's a place where they fall. And it may be some of you have gone through this, so you can relate to this. They lose strength. And because every time they try to rise, something kicks them back down. But let me tell you, just like, I read earlier, I will stop considering the circumstances. You remember the affirmation I told you? Let me put it back on the screen. Okay? I will stop considering the circumstances. I will rise and go forth. You have to go forth. You have to pass that circumstance, that situation. You just can't give up. Good morning, Nathaniel. How you doing today? Welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. You have to go forth, no matter what that circumstance is. So don't use that excuse that, every time I try, I keep failing. Don't use that excuse. There's something that is even called sandbagging, okay? Something holds you back from achieving. It undermines your intentions. And this, a lot of times, is you're surrounded by the wrong people. You're in the wrong environment. You're listening to the wrong things. Okay? When you recognize these things, remember the responsibility is on each and every one. Okay? You have to take responsibility for what's happening in your life. You stop blaming, pointing fingers. Position yourself. Remove yourself from that situation, people, places, and things, and correctly position yourself to come out of that, consistent failing category. You have to look at it that way. Well, I'm glad you're doing great today. That's a wonderful thing. Remove yourself from that situation. When we're talking about excuses for not succeeding, here's another one. Fear. Fear is something that will paralyze you. It will paralyze a person. It will disarm them. It will disable them from moving into their purpose. It will close you up to really obtaining what you need, how you need to function, what you need to understand. Okay? And I always say fear, false evidence appearing real. It's nothing but a facade. When you don't understand something, it could cause fear. And fear will paralyze you. That's why, audience, I always tell you, read, expand your mindset. Stop listening to anything and everything. Stop watching everything and anything that's consistently, siphoning the energy out of you. Like a bloodsucker, just pulling the energy out of you, sapping it out of you. Because if you allow fear in, it will paralyze you from moving forward. Because now you're stuck in a holding place. Now you're looking, and I'm not going to get ahead of myself because there's other things here. I don't want to get ahead, and I want to talk about this, okay? It'll stop you from moving forward down your design pathway. It'll block you from visualizing your journey because now all you're seeing is obstacles. All you're seeing is the bad. Even the mindset. Somebody tells you something that's going to be profitable to your journey, and you have, but, what if? You're second guessing yourself. This is what fear will do. It will paralyze you. And people use this as an excuse from not succeeding. If you don't have an understanding about something, okay, comprehend it, understand it, okay? Read, get an understanding. Stop listening to the negative. Stop listening to the naysayers. Find out for yourself, okay? Stop repeating. And in this society, and I've noticed this, okay? In this society, I've been looking at this for at least, 2-3 years. That people, and I won't say everybody, but they're constantly repeating what they heard. Constantly repeat. And sometimes I have conversations with them. And I repeat it back to them. I say, now, does that make sense? Does it really make sense to you? But because of a celebrity may say it, or a newscaster may say it, or their prominent friend may say it, it's taken as it's real. It's the truth. When it doesn't make any sense. If you really dive into it, it doesn't make any sense. And it causes fear. It causes people to be paralyzed. Okay? Don't be so lazy. And I'm going to use that term. Don't be so lazy where you can't research it for yourself. Okay? You have to stop repeating. Stop repeating. Know it for yourself. Know the truth. When you know the truth, it will make you free. Okay? Know the truth. Stop repeating false things. Stop repeating things that don't make any sense because they'll build a fear in you. And it's paralyzing you from moving forward into your dreams, into your goals. Let's see. I like the way that you use the acronym to describe fear. Yeah, false evidence appearing real. And that's what it is. That false evidence. That's all it is. And it stops people from moving forward. So don't let that be you. Research it for yourself. Read. Okay? Read. And if you say, well, I don't like to read, there's Audible books. Okay? Audible. Listen to it. But get an understanding. With all that getting, get an understanding. Wisdom is the principal thing. But with all that getting, get an understanding. Know it for yourself and stop being a repeater. Just because somebody else says it doesn't mean that it's true. Doesn't mean that it's true. Another word with this fear comes incapacitate. Okay? And that hinders you from understanding. And that's what fear will do. It will hinder you from understanding. It will deprive you of the ability to understand when you listen to the wrong things. Because now you're used to listening to the wrong things instead of listening to the right things. And so now you're calling the truth false and the false true. Okay? So fear will incapacitate you. So you have to be careful with that. You have to learn not to fear. Get an understanding. Okay? Expand your mindset to see beyond that barrier, because fear is a barrier. And if you use fear the right way, okay, and stop allowing it to stop you and hinder you, okay, it will launch you into your next level. It will launch you right where you need to be if you learn how to turn it around. When fear comes, when objections come, instead of you backing up from it, face it head on and watch and see what it'll do for you. But stop using it as an excuse for not succeeding. Now, here's another one. Inactivity, excuses, okay? Looking for somebody to stir you up. Always looking for somebody, oh, this person's going to stir me up, okay? Let me get with this person so they can stir me up, okay? And now you're just sitting back and you're not using your energy to stir you up. I told you, you're the visionary. Nobody has seen your vision like you could see it. That's if you could see it, okay? But those of you who can see your vision and say that you know what your vision is, don't count on somebody to stir you up and you just sit that back and you're just waiting for them to stir you up when you, putting in effort to stir up your dream. Nobody could stir up your dream like you. Nobody could breathe life into your dream like you. Okay? So don't sit back on the sidelines and wait for somebody, looking for somebody to stir you up. Okay? Then you may complain about other people are getting the big break before you. I've heard this, okay? Well, look, they're accomplishing their goals. I've been in the game, a long time before them. Well, what about me? Well, what are you doing? What are you doing? You've been over there inactive, waiting for somebody to stir you up. I always tell my clients, okay, I tell my students this all the time. Don't wait for somebody to create an opportunity for you. Don't wait for somebody to create a stage for you. If they didn't invite you, create your own. Okay? Create your own. But you have to see who you are. You have to know your purpose. You have to know the plans for your life. Okay? Just don't get out there and, be all raggedy. Do it with excellence. But why wait for somebody to make a way for you? You be that changer, that game changer. Who says anybody else is more important than you? They're not. You're just as important. You know what? I don't see people as they high up here and this one's down there. I don't see people that way. And it doesn't matter what title that they have. Okay? It doesn't matter. I could talk to people on all social economic levels, and I don't see people that way. But sometimes people think that if so-and-so up here, they could do blah, blah, blah for me. Okay? If I don't get invited to this person's event, well, I'm just going to just throw in the towel. No. Create your own stage. Create your own opportunity. But be active. Get in the game, okay? Get in the game. Because why I keep saying the game? Because, y'all, life is a game. Life is a game. You remember that game you used to play back in the day, Game of Life? It's nothing but a game. So it's how you moving through life. What you're going to do to, connect to the places and the people that you need to connect with, you know? But don't use that as an excuse, waiting for somebody to breathe life into your vision or be invited, on a certain stage, certain platform, certain people. Don't do that. Be active. Keep it moving. Okay? Keep it moving. Don't be helpless, waiting on somebody to help you. Don't wait. Because you'll be there, 5 years? How long have you been in this situation? How long have you been in this condition? Okay? Let me ask you that first. Do you want to be successful? Do you really want to be successful? You say you've been in this situation, you've been in this condition of inactivity. It's been in your mind. Maybe you started, face a few obstacles you can't see. Now you're thinking about giving up. Oh, you're fearing this, you're fearing that because you heard this, you saw that. Are you serious about your success? Are you serious about your success? Well, if you're serious about your success, you have to stop making excuses because there is a solution. And your solution will give you strength. It will quicken you. Okay? It will quicken you. Okay? It definitely will breathe life into you. But you have to be honest with yourself that you're sick and tired of this same old, that you want to see a change. And the change starts with you. You have to come to the end of yourself and say, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Like I said, when I came to the end of myself, of climbing that corporate ladder, I looked within to see what I had to work with, where I didn't have to pull other stuff from the outside of me to try to bring satisfaction because it wasn't. Okay? Money is just a little bit on that totem pole. Money's at the bottom, put it that way. Money cannot fill a void. Sometimes we place money way up here. That's not where money's at. Because money cannot buy happiness. Money cannot buy peace. Money cannot do a lot of things. Remember I talked about maybe a couple of weeks ago, if it wasn't last week, I don't know, about money's only a tool. Okay, only a tool. You're more important than money. You're more important than anything. Okay? Those things, money's nothing but a piece of paper with digits on it. That's all. This exchange. You're more important than a Rolls Royce. That thing's created. You are capable of creating. So there's a solution to, your situation. Surround yourself with people who are where you intend to go. They're out there. And what this is going to do, it's going to lift you. It's going to pull you. It's like a magnet. Okay? It's going to energize you. It's going to quicken you. It's going to bring freshness into your life. Okay? Newness. Remember, this is your turning point. You cannot continue to operate the same way that you've been operating and be okay with it and make those excuses. You can't do it, people. You have to stop those bad habits. It's time to come off the merry-go-round. The merry-go-round. Around and around and on the merry-go-round. When are you going to jump off? It's time to launch out in the deep. Launch out. Take that leap of faith and stop allowing yourself to get in this place of complacency. where you're just satisfied with the status quo. You're dissatisfied with being mediocre. There's nothing mediocre about you. I see greatness in you. I see a winner in you. I see a person that's full of value. There are gems inside of you. There's treasures inside of you. You are a multifaceted gem. But you have to allow yourself to shine and shine brightly. Stop dimming your light because other people don't appreciate your brilliance. Stop dimming your light. Shine. This is your time. This is your season to shine, to bring your gifts, talents, and abilities to the world stage. Whether it be that book with that message, that product, or that service, whatever it may be, y'all, whatever. Don't give up. Stop making excuses for you not succeeding. It's not them. It's not it. It's you. So come to the end of yourself where you could enjoy this design journey, this pathway, your purpose, your dreams, meeting your ultimate goal. Not only for you, but everyone's life that you touch, that you were designed to touch. Their families, their friends, and for generations to come. I want you to see yourself that way. See yourself as not small, not insignificant, but someone who has value and someone who has worth. So I hope that what I have shared with you today has enlightened you to go forth and do those things that you have purpose in your heart to do. It's time out for the excuses. It's time to come off the sidelines and get in the game. And I want to see you do just that. So I love to hear the testimonies. I love hearing those testimonies. I was able to hear a testimony on yesterday. And this person had been struggling for a long time. But now the tides has turned. And I was so happy to hear that. So audience, if you have a testimony, don't forget to share it with me. Don't forget to share it with me. You could, put it in my inbox, whether you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, put it somewhere. Connect with the information that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. I love to hear your testimonies. All of us here at not Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show, but Turning Point Enrichment Incorporation. We would love to hear your stories, your story of success, your story of, maximizing your potential. So I hope, like I said, what I shared has really ignited you to go forth, by being able to see your vision, by not giving up, because you feel yourself keep failing, by, not allowing fear to stop you, by being active, getting in the game, getting off the sideline, and surrounding yourself with people who's going to motivate you, inspire you, and encourage you to be the best version of yourself. So with that being said, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with me here today on Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. And thank you for everyone who has shared with us, those testimonies and those words of appreciation. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart that we love you and we appreciate you, our audience. So with that being said, remember this. This is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. So have a great rest of your day.